Alright, and we are live, so greetings, salutations, people of the internet, and welcome to the bar. I'm Sippycup, your humble bartender and entertainer for whatever time of day it happens to be for you, and welcome to Sippy's First Drink. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Sippy's First Drink, what we do here is I have a series of games from, that I try out, series of demos, for 30 to 60 minutes a pop, and then I provide you my first impressions review afterwards, or during, well, also during. I still have a bunch of demos left over from the days of play, Steam's summer days of play, and I think the next one that I'm gonna put on deck is No Longer Home. This one looks, if you're familiar with Kentucky Route Zero, that's what this one kind of feels like. So we're gonna give this a shot. As with all of these, the timer, which you can see right there behind my big fat head, doesn't start until after the first, if there's an intro cutscene, until after the intro cutscene is done. Now, the thing about this, okay, good. There. I don't know if this one's going to be mousey keyboard or controller, but I have both at the ready. I feel like if this is going to be best enjoyed with headphones, audio is half the experience. So if you're watching, headphones. Semi-autobiographical based on the lives of the two main developers, Hannah Lee and Cel Davison. Features many other characters also based on real life people. Okay. In this demo, you'll first play Fairy Road, the prelude game introducing A and Bo, as they have a short seated conversation and discuss growing up, university, and gender identity. Okay. Once you finish Fairy Road in the demo, you will then play a short piece of No Longer Home, the fully expanded commercial release. No Longer Home allows you to walk around, explore your home, interact with characters and objects. Some of these interactions change the environment or seem abstract. Try not to worry about it. Originally created for the itch.io Fermi Paradox Jam in 2016, as a means of staying in touch, Fairy Road gives a glimpse into O's and Bo's world. The prelude has been expanded and improved upon to tell the full story in No Longer Home, coming soon. Okay. I like their hair. I like that hair. Good. Okay. It's kind of interesting the way that everything's just kind of forming as we're moving around. It's interesting. So, last two at the barbecue. Mono, just say something. It's getting dark. They'll probably have to go home soon. This is it then. Second year university is over. Just one more year left, and then we have to be real adults. I don't want to be an adult. Same. We've got a whole year to figure it out, though. We'll probably have ourselves together by then. Okay. Dialogue choices, gameplay. Sort of. Have you got any plans? I don't think I'll ever have myself together. Nah, I'm sure you'll get there. I don't know, I'm a pretty big mess. I think most of us are messes, though. I'm still trying to figure myself out. Yeah. Like, I don't know who I am, what I want to be. What do you want to do? There are probably things I could do. What do you want to do? I used to think I wanted to animate, but I don't know how I feel. I feel like I should have started earlier with that. That's the thing, though. I feel like we're pressured into figuring out exactly what we want to do with our lives, even from early on. It feels like stuff should be lifelong. You shouldn't have to feel stuck doing this one thing because it's your thing. It doesn't have to stay your thing. Why can't we have multiple things? Well, I mean, my parents did spend a lot of money to get me here, so I do feel like I should try a bit harder. I feel the same way about my parents. Nothing like crippling debt to get you started in life. No shit. Student loans sound bad, so I guess I'm pretty lucky in that way. I don't really even think about that. That's a problem for future Bo. But, like, I think we end up in a lot of debt to our parents, and that can make it harder for us to set ourselves apart from them. When I think about the things I do, a lot of it feels like compensating for not being what my parents want me to, or what I think my parents want me to, that can make things difficult. Have you talked to your parents about it? Oh, no? Maybe you should try? Yeah, it's not that easy, though. Yeah, I guess not. Feels hard to be able to be myself, so talking about it is... Who is that? What's wrong with the person you think they want you to be? Who is that? I don't really know yet, but I don't think I'm a man. Then what? Well, I'm not sure I feel like a woman either, so yeah, I don't know what. I guess I know what you mean. I don't know if I really feel like a woman, at least not all the time. I mean, that's it. Sometimes I feel like a certain way, and others something different. I need to turn this down a bit. It's the sound design is great, but it is super loud. It at least feels good to get that off my chest. I just don't know how to talk about it or who to talk about it with. Honestly, it's not something I've thought about before. I think that's probably the case for most people. Looks like the fire's died out. There's still embers. Hey, I was wondering, do you think maybe there could be two people just like us talking like we are now? Somewhere on the other side of the planet. I mean more than that. Like the other side of the universe, if the universe had sides. I don't know. See that star? Yeah, I think so. And it's gone. That constellation there, it looks kind of like... a fox. I guess so? I always thought it looked more like a dog. Well, you see its front paw, that's the... What if that star has a planet just like ours? What if there's two people just like us, staring back out at our sun? I think I'd like to meet them. The people of Galaxy Foxdog Paw. I'd like to meet them. What would you say to them? I don't know. Can you get me a visa? It's so strange to think about the universe being so big and here's just two of us talking. Boop. Boop. Oh, we're coming back down to Earth again. So, if this is anything like, I think saying it's something like Kentucky Route Zero is going to sell it short. But if it's anything like that, it's going to be a lot of dialogue-based stuff. And very minimal PNC. Do you want to stay over? Everyone's moved out now. You could probably use Joe's bed. Yeah, I'll stay. Where are you moving after this? You've only got a few weeks left here, right? Not really sure yet. Everyone else has made plans. I'm back to Japan for this summer. Everyone else has made plans. I'll have to figure it out at some point before I go back to Japan. Moving to Camberwell, though, right? Yeah, you're welcome around once you get back. It'll just be a few blocks away from where I was living in Peckham anyway. But I guess we never got to talking properly until now. Only a few times. I was too scared to talk to you. Really? Me too. If this is, it says semi-autobiographical, so if this part holds true for the developers, it's kind of endearing. Endearing, yes, that's the word. Just two people who've definitely known each other for a while, but were never sure to talk. And then they do. And the world changes. That's kind of endearing. I like that idea. No longer home. Bo? Fell asleep at your laptop again? Embarrassed. Ah, geez, how long was I out for? Not sure. I was focused on my own work. An hour, maybe 2. Thought I would have gotten this finished by now. What were you working on? Trying to get this damn job application set off, trying to tie up those closing bills. Thinking about making some reso prints of my old art. Now that we've graduated university, I don't have any projects to keep me going. I've been trying to get back to finishing my bestiary, but keep getting distracted. How are you getting on? I'm not sure I'd even like any of this art anymore. Probably just need space from it. I don't know, it's hard to focus knowing we have to move out soon. Everything just feels really flat right now. It's not just that. What? Oh no, it's hard to explain, but I feel disoriented. I'm not sure why. It's like I've been following this winding path through the forest and stuck at a fork. Path disappeared. I guess you could say that. There are so many paths that they're all overlapping, and it isn't clear where they lead at all. At this point, it's impossible to distinguish one path from another. I definitely think you should take a break. You have been sitting there all day after all. I know, I just don't know what to do with myself. I know you don't feel like going out right now, but maybe stretch your legs a little at the very least. I suppose you're right. Oh. Controller's going crazy. So maybe... L to move your character, hold B to run. As your character approaches certain characters and objects, icons will appear. Select icons with the left to right button and press A to trigger interactions. Some of these interactions may change the environment, some may not. The function of these interactions may seem abstract. Try not to worry about it. Selecting a door icon will make your character move your character to another scene. Do this enough, and you should be able to gather a sense of place. O's messy desk has been really stressing me out. I feel bad that it does. I mean, isn't like it's their fault. I used to be even worse. You could hardly see my floor during my teens, but then something changed once I started going to 6th form. I guess I didn't like what the mess said about me. I started tidying up in massive fits. My dad used to laugh at the way I neatly arranged my desk. I should still try to talk to A about it. It's not like it'll be an issue much longer. I should still try to... It's not like it's just the desk. It does affect the rest of the flat too, even if it's not much. What are you thinking of making prints of anyway? Not sure yet. There's that lion grave or those drawing of plants that I did. I always did like that lion, sad but triumphant. Imagine the plants would sell well. Why not do both? Really? I don't know if I could be bothered doing more than one. Stupid thing is, I'm not sure if I have the money to even do one. I could chip in. Nah, it's fine. I appreciate the offer, but I wouldn't want to burden you. That's not... Hey, Nikki. I'll figure it out. Saw you playing some Dead by Daylight earlier. How you liking the Resi? The Resi kit. Okay. This is interesting the way everything seems to just kind of fall. What? That's not what I did. No, the fuck is that? Shards of unknowable geometry float in the center of the room. I don't remember this being here. Does anyone know about this? Something about this feels... I was gonna look at other stuff, but now here we are with holy or unholy geometry. I'm still trying to figure out which. And now it's gone. You can now use... I can rotate my environment. A section of books sit on the shelf. Very bland book, not to be read. Beast of the Eighth Dimension, Skate and Die. Every page is packed with text in tiny handwriting, leaving hardly any white space left. I should really make more of an effort to hide my poetry. A's suitcase won't be long after we move out before they have to start packing again. I'll be able to travel more. It's been good to get out of London when I can. Last year I went to Paris and stayed with a friend for the weekend. I've always felt cities were all pretty much the same, but knowing someone there helps bring out its personality. We drank cheap wine in the park, then crawled from bar to bar, accumulating friends of hers at each stop. She had work the next day, but we both ended up sleeping through that morning and afternoon. If only I had better French, even though everyone spoke English. I wish I could have stayed longer. It all went by so swiftly. Thinking this out on so much of the culture, not knowing the language. Besides, my mom used to teach French. I should be fluent in it. Learning anything takes so much longer for me. I feel like that'll be a big barrier when I do visit Aero in Japan. I'm sure they'd appreciate me putting in the extra effort. It'd be good for me to be able to talk to their parents. Okay. So I have to rotate the stuff around before I can do anything about it. Our flatmate's fruit has been rotting there for weeks. Wouldn't bother so much if they weren't always moralizing at us. It never gets eaten. I don't know why they even buy it. Like, sort out your own life before you start coming at me, and I'll address my problems in my own time. On the shelf sits boxes of tea and cereal, jars of dried dirt, and sand from hourglasses that ran out of time. Can I pet the cat? No. I can do nothing with the cat. So I'll talk with O. Oh, Bo. Guess what? That fruit still hasn't been thrown out. I'm not at all surprised. They never do throw it out. Don't worry, I'll throw it out before I start cooking. Not at all. Don't even know why they buy it, if they're just going to let it rot like that. Yeah, right. I feel bad letting good fruit go to waste. Speaking of food, is everyone still up for the barbecue tomorrow? Liam can't make it, and Nana said she'd be late. Ah, the usual then. Are you sure you're still feeling up to it? You seem like you could use some rest. I'm sure I'll be fine. You're not wrong. But it'd be good to see everyone. I'm sure change of pace would do you some good. It'd be good to see everyone. Actually, I've got this game I've been wanting to finish. Maybe we can play that later, too. Got the day planned out, have you? Remembering. Oh. Have you seen anything odd, like in the bedroom? Seen what? Oh, that. I thought it'd go away eventually if we just ignored it. Is it still there? I don't think so. Then I guess it worked itself out. How are you doing, though? Feeling any better today? I think getting away from my screen helped a bit. Maybe you should ask uni folks about going to that forest. Eeping Forest? I suppose that'd be nice. It's just difficult to motivate myself right now. Hopefully the barbecue will help take our minds off things for now. Still feeling anxious? Try wandering around the flat a little more. Something like that, you'll get there eventually. I suppose so. Incredibly dialogue-heavy game. Like, that's all this is. It's just dialogue. I feel like I'm always the one emptying the bin. It's probably not actually the case, though. I should empty it later. This is the room that I was just in. I didn't oh my god, the movement is so incredibly slow. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to this cat. for reasons. Autumn, AO isn't going to be happy to see you've crushed their mint. I thought cats hated the smell of mint. You're really something special, huh? I know you don't mean any harm. I'm sure you don't realize what you're doing. I don't always realize when I'm causing harm either, but then I don't knock glasses off the counter when I'm hungry, do I? You almost broke my plant pot last week, too. It's not easy trying to cultivate this garden when you keep killing every plant we own. Maybe it's not fair to put the blame on you. You definitely could have made more of an effort with this garden. There was plenty we never got to in the house, too. More of an effort. Maybe if we planted more veg, we could have spent less on groceries. You don't care about vegetables, though, or saving money, do you? If we had more time, maybe we get those little things sorted. Washing machine would just completely stop working sometimes, and we never tidied up that junk in the corridor. Washing machine. I have to go to the laundrette for a couple of months until it just magically started working again. Maybe whatever was growing in there found its way out. I'm sure it never bothered you, though. You don't wear clothes. You're perfectly happy without them. Seems like as long as you're well-fed, you're happy no matter what. Well, grumpy no matter what. You've always been a pretty distant cat, haven't you? We never quite became friends. It's okay, I don't need everyone to be... You warmed up to AO before you did me. You've known them for just under a year. You've lived under a roof with me for almost 2. I knew you as a kitten. That seems like plenty of time to get used to me. Well, Autumn, you probably came here to get away from people, so I won't hassle you any longer. Catch you later, Autumn. When you say tentacle daddy for the Resi stuff, I assume you mean, attempt to pet Autumn. Autumn does not want to be petted. Oh my god. It's funny because the little monster saw you playing and he was like, oh, she's playing as such and such. Now I'm like drawing a fucking blank. Our neighbors bought this barbecue after we hosted ours last one, and then they never used it. So weirdos creep me the hell out of me. At least we won't have to put up with them for much longer. They creep the hell out of me. They were staring at us from the back window during our last barbecue, but no one else seemed to notice. Like, absolutely everything that I can or should be able to interact with gets highlighted, right? Yeah, so... Door won't budge. Maybe something on the other side got jammed under the handle. Try in here. It's the bathroom. Am I gonna take a shower? The rack holds many different shower products and potions. Love potion left by previous tenants and a bottle labeled how to disappear completely. A warning on the latter potion reads, Tiffany's potions advice this potion's effects are irreversible. Once taken, you will cease to exist. Take the love potion. Why not? I can't see myself. The mirror shows a reflection. Okay. That's... So, I feel like this game is going to be all about identity. I haven't left the house in a while now, well, if only for grocery trips. I'd rather just stay in today. Might be good to go out a bit more often. I haven't gone on a walk with AO for some time. Maybe we could go for a walk through the forest with everyone. I'm always meaning to do much more, but somehow the days just end up slipping away one by one. Our flatmates are mostly packed up and ready to leave at this point. I feel like we should probably make a start sooner than later. Part of me is unwilling to admit that we're leaving. I've always been a little jealous of my flatmate's record player. Mine does the job, but I always wanted something just better. I guess I did borrow it from my parents after all. I always thought I'd have time to replace it before I moved out. Turns out there's more important things to spend money on, but so much of what I own is second-hand inherited. I want to own more things that are actually mine. I suppose I'll take what I can get, but some things I wish I hadn't inherited. I feel wretched for not taking over my father. He'd never say so, but I must feel like such a disappointment not becoming a heating engineer like him, at least something more practical. Well, I suppose that's what I get fretting over outdated media. Okay. Nothing else to interact with in there. A familiar tune plays. So many of these CDs are from my teens. Half this stuff I don't even listen to anymore. I feel embarrassed still owning them. At least our vinyl collection has come a long way. Feels rewarding building something together. I wonder if we'll end up having to split them up. Supposed to be a struggle if AO is hard to air post them back. It'd be a shame if I end up having to hide them in the loft. They're having to leave so much behind, all these objects they've accumulated over the last 4 years. I can't imagine. I feel disoriented just leaving this flat behind. Talking to the other cat. Hey Luna, how are you feeling about all this? Can't imagine you're too fussed. Yeah, you don't have a care in the world, do you? You're pretty happy as long as you have food and warmth. I think I envy that. I wish I could go back into being a kid. I don't want to be an adult. I don't think I even know what being an adult is. I don't even know what I want to do with my life. I'm not sure I like my art anymore. I thought I had things figured out, but now I'm not so sure. Anyway, Luna, I'll stop bothering you. Let you get some rest. Pet Luna. Luna likes being pet. And Luna's purring gets translated into vibrations on my controller. The record just stopped. I can't seem to move. There we go. I don't know what the hell is going on there. I think I've gone into every room. What next? Try to get some rest in before we see everyone. I'll be around if you need me. Okay. Am I supposed to, like... Oh, crap. I think I'm supposed to go back to the room and maybe lay down. I think? I'm not 100% sure. I'm now officially at a point where I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, hello. Make something magically happen on the TV? See, the stylistically, like artistically styled, it reminds me of Kentucky Route Zero. But that's about it. Topic-wise, obviously, it's not the same. And it's hard to really nail that down, especially with something like Kentucky Route Zero. Kentucky Route Zero is so, like, individually unique. I'm gonna quit that. KRZ is a very unique experience. No Longer Home feels similarly unique, just in a different kind of way. An entirely different kind of way. Let me turn down my music just a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, No Longer Home seems like it's going to be something unique, just in a completely different kind of way. And that's not bad. I feel like, especially when you take a look at what was being talked about at the beginning in that prelude. There's some stuff going on with gender identity that they're touching on. O and Bo seem to be in some kind of relationship. And like O and Bo, one was definitely by birth male and by birth female. They mentioned that in the prelude portion, and then they're both kind of ambiguous and referring to each other as they, which makes me believe that this is going to be something with coming to terms with their gender identity, coming to terms with their sexuality, coming to terms with things of that nature. So I feel like this is going to have a lot of interesting things to say as a game. And they're doing the presentation in kind of a PNC-ish kind of way. I just don't know if that's going to be enough to like really hook people in to experiencing it, because this is going to be more of an experience than it is a game. Not quite like walking simulator level of experience versus game, but PNC with a little bit less interaction than a PNC, if that's even possible. Or at least that's how it's coming across. I mentioned Kentucky Route Zero a ton of times, and that's because that's the closest comparison I have to this. And KRZ was almost exactly the same in regards to interaction. It was a lot of text-based and a lot of like various dialogue options, but what difference those made over the course of the rest of the game is questionable at most. So it's interesting conceptually. Me as someone who enjoys PNCs, I'm on the fence about it. I liked KRZ, but my god was it weird. And even with me enjoying KRZ, I still would only put it at like an 8 out of 10, if not a 7 out of 10. Demo-wise, you showed me what you got. You showed me more or less the extent of interaction that I'm going to have. This, for indie titles and for titles that highlight LGBTQ plus issues, I would rank this fairly high as just a game. a PNC style game, I'd probably give this about a 7 out of 10. I need to see more to see if it's more worthwhile. But it's not bad. It's not bad. But yeah, you let me know what you think. Do you completely disagree with me? You think I'm out of line? Or do you agree with me? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, check me out on my other various forums. If you're new to the channel and have enjoyed the content, please do consider giving me a follow. Check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Sippycupgames, YouTube at youtube.com/Sippycup, Twitter at Sippycupgames, and all those good things. But that is going to do it for me for now. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I raise my glass to you. Laters.